The House and Senate are working together to keep proposed name changes for some military bases. 2 years ago, Congress approved the changes for military assets named after Confederate leaders.
But Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth wants the old names reinstated. Madison Schlegel has more.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine put forth a provision to keep non-Confederate names for Fort Barfoot, Fort Gregg Adams, and Fort Walker. Senator Kaine's provision is part of the National Defense Authorization Act and only applies to the 3 bases in Virginia. The Senate passed its version of the act last week.
I'm really excited that we're able to retain those names.
Back in September, the House passed its version of the National Defense Authorization Act, which could block the Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth's rollback of all changed names for military assets across the country.
A slightly different version in the House bill, but we're anxious to battle.
Now LULAC, or the League of United Latin American Citizens, is working with the House and Senate to make sure the new names stick.
Those were true American heroes, not the Confederate traitors. So you cannot recognize or honor somebody like that.
Larry Romo with LULAC is in Washington, D.C. to help the House and Senate communicate on the differences between their amendments.
Basically hash out the different amendments. So that's what we're trying to do, work with both sides of the aisle to advocate for that, because that's the right thing to do.
Romo was part of the naming commission that decided new names for military assets. He says Hegseth's dismissal of the new names discredits the commission's work.
So it was definitely a slap in the face, because we were a bipartisan commission, and we met together, and we got very thorough input from the different community, the military members that were at the bases.
Now the legislation will head to a conference committee with the House of Representatives. Madison Schlegel, 13 News Now.
And LULAC says it plans to focus on getting Congress to address the base names, but says it will pursue litigation if need be.